Hi, my name is Victoria and welcome to my sweet digs. Before you come in, make sure you subscribe below. All right, come on in. My name is Victoria and I live in St. Louis, Missouri in the neighborhood of Tower Grove South. I live in a 2-floor duplex with one apartment downstairs and one upstairs, which is the one we live in, and it's the same layout. I live with my fiance Albert and my cat Praline Balloon. We purchased this place for $170,000 and it's got 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and we've lived here for 2 years. This house was built in 1932, so it's 88 years old. This is my front room where my studio is and our dining area. It's big enough that I was able to put my collection on display as well as do some sewing here. So Potion23 is a brand that I started a few years ago while I was working at a vintage store locally, kind of like my witch's brew of my different experiences and where I've lived, and my house definitely fully embodies that as well. I try and use sustainable fabrics and vintage fabrics as well as recycled fabrics. As you can see in my collection for Potion23, it's all color. I wanted that to just surround me in here. There's this really amazing store down on Jefferson that is called Jefferson Mid-Century, and they practically give away their furniture. I saw this in the very back of their warehouse. I was like, don't need it, but I do. So I immediately inquired about it and they were like, oh, 50 bucks. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. It's kind of perfect. Almost like you're the lady of a manor. This is my living room. This is probably the most comfortable, happy room, the inviting colors and the soft textures. The overall style of it was inspired by historic New England, particularly when I used to live in Salem, Massachusetts. I just fell really in love with that style and I wanted to bring it into sort of a modern era, even incorporating this mid-century style couch. So the most expensive thing in my home is actually my couch, which, to give you an idea of how much it cost, we had purchased it with our security deposit that we got back from our apartment in New York. It was pretty expensive. So this piece is very special to us. It's a 1960s neo-Baroque style curiosity cabinet. I have a lot of things that I've been collecting, particularly crystals. Check it out. It's growing beneath our feet. It's a fossilized coral piece right in front of my great-grandma from Germany. This is my kitchen. The one room that we kept white in the house was our kitchen. And the reason is because it makes it easier to clean up and to know that it's sterile and clean. And it was bright, especially because when you're working in a kitchen, you want to see what you're doing. I kind of consider it more my fiance's room because he does all the cooking in here. We kind of had it to be sort of nautical themed. So there's a lot of like fish and then these Japanese buoys, which I purchased at a thrift store in Brooklyn. And my fiance is very much into aquascaping, so we've been doing this as a fun project as well. But to be honest with you, I'm not totally in love with this space because it needs some work and it's a total mismatch of different eras, and which is usually fine, but in this case, when it comes to practicality, definitely not fine. A place to sit and eat breakfast in the morning in the kitchen would be great because right now we're doing it on our couch and that's not the best place to do it. This is my bathroom. My definitely favorite part of this house is the bathroom, particularly the tiles. I just love the colorway of the tiles. They're very true to and original to that time from 1932. We wanted to have one space in the house that could be designated kitschy, so we went with cats, of course. To be honest, I don't think that there's enough cats in here. There definitely could be more cats in this house. This is my bedroom. So my favorite piece in this room is very hard to choose from. I will show you guys this one piece. I could show you everything all day, but I call this my fairy dress because doesn't it just kind of look like Midsummer Night's Dream, like something you just frolic around in like the forest in? And this color is just, it's divine. I almost consider this a glorified closet because yes, we do sleep here, but this is where I keep all of my precious collection. Sometimes people, when they come in here, are they like, is this a little girl's room? And to that, I just say, I don't know, I think that like in our most private spaces, we kind of are in touch with our inner child. So I sort of like just to let that freak flag fly, as you can probably see. I had to convince my fiance to be okay with that, but it didn't take a lot because he knows how much I love to decorate this place. And then through the bedroom, we have a little bonus room called the sunroom. In this room, we basically just relax and use it for some fun activities like painting. My fiance is about to start one. The windows all around is just really what I fell in love with, and as is everything in this house is an antique for the most part. I just feel so good being in here. It's just a great energy, and Praline's in the same energy right now as well. Right, Miss Praline? The reason I moved to St. Louis is because of the cost of living and also because I really fell in love with it. It's very beautiful. There's a lot of opportunity here. The most important opportunity, which was to start my brand. I would not have been able to do that if I'd stayed in New York at this point. And a lot of my friends have since moved here as well. So I am not alone. There's a lot of us here. Thank you so much for watching Refinery29. To watch more videos, click here. To subscribe, click here.